What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJP1 here, and we are coming to you live with a different episode than what I normally put out. It's not sports related, it's not bariatric surgery related. That was my beautiful wife sneezing. It's not music related, and it's not movie related. Well, I mean, it kind of is. There's a movie about it. Bless you again.
Gosh. Sorry.
All right. So what we're doing here is my wife came up with a pretty cool idea to start doing true crime episodes and start talking about cases that are going on in the world as far as crime and everything like that. So this is the debut episode of that with me and my gorgeous wife, and Kermit the cat. He decided to join us too. We're going to talk about the Gypsy Rose case. So I'm going to let my beautiful wife start off, and here we go. What you got to say, bae?
I think she's garbage.
Okay.
I think it's disgusting that she plans this whole murder and then convinces this man that with special needs and a lower IQ and poor decision skills, and she convinces him to participate in this, and now he's stuck getting life in prison, and this person is out living her best life, getting engaged, breaking up, getting engaged, breaking up. Like, my mind
Didn't she get married?
I don't know. But I know my mind is baffled at the fact that men approached her in prison to date, and they actually got prison engaged. And then she breaks up with one, goes out with another one, and then breaks up with him the moment she gets out of prison because, you know, she doesn't need money in the books anymore. And then now she's with the original fiancé, but I don't know if they're married or not or broken up. But I just think she's garbage. I don't think she deserves to live her full life. And this whole Mother's Day thing that she put on TikTok,
Oh, yeah.
I never wanted to slap a hoe more in my life.
I read about that.
And I think she's just garbage. My mom's not here for Mother's Day. Yeah, because you killed her.
Okay.
That's how that works.
I did see she was on Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil asked her if she regretted
Killing her mom.
Yeah, killing her mom. And she's like, yeah, I regret she's not here.
I regret she's not here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm sorry. My mind cannot fathom. And no, she was not. Yes, her mom set her up for failure in many ways. Her mom prolonged her illnesses. Her mom definitely did exaggerate her situation. But also, her mom was doing that because it was a scam artist. Her mom wanted the Make-A-Wish Foundation adventures. She wanted the money.
I see they even used Hurricane Katrina as an excuse. And they used saying that they were victims of Hurricane Katrina, and then they got government money to move from New Orleans to Missouri, and like they had Habitat for Humanity houses and all this stuff.
Her mom was a scam artist. Like, I'm not. There's no way you can't say that. But did the lady deserve to die? No. If she's that mad, she was grown enough that she could have moved out. If she was like, oh no, I actually don't need this wheelchair, then stand up, because you did in the jail, like you did in the interview room. She stood up. Why didn't she just do that from the jump when the cameras are all on her? Because she also wanted to milk the system.
Yeah, I you know, like I said before, like an hour ago, I don't really know a lot about this whole Gypsy Rose thing. All I know is she's some bitch that convinced some dude to kill her mom, and he went and didn't he like stab her like 15 times or something?
Yeah, and then according to Gypsy, her last words were her screaming for her daughter, which is disgustingly sad because that daughter's the one that set this up while she hides in the bedroom. Like, really?
Like,
if you're gonna call something, you should be blunt enough to be in this room at least.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't really know a whole lot about this. All the information I got is pretty much off biography.com. I see that they moved around a lot for
Yeah.
Because doctors were basically calling her mom's bullshit on her.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she had Munchausen by proxy, 100%, because she loved the attention, and that's an illness itself.
Yeah.
And she should have gotten help for that. Granted,
My thing.
she shouldn't have gotten killed.
Yeah.
She never. There's proof that she never abused her, never physically abused her. Mentally, obviously, Munchausen does cause that.
It's a
mental
mind
abuse.
fuck.
It is. But also, Gypsy knew her limitations, and she could have spoken out herself, but she didn't. Instead, she just opted to kill a woman.
I seen in like one of the outrages with this whole thing was like, people were like, "Well, why didn't you just stand up in public out of your wheelchair?"
Exactly. She's sitting there in front of the news, doing some interview with her mom. I think it was probably for the Katrina thing. I don't know. And they're like, she's in her wheelchair and with her little bonnet on, looking like she's all innocent. Really? Because any other day you look normal, but you want to play along with the cameras. I get that your mom probably told you to, but at the same time you're grown and you can say no.
I seen an interview. It showed on there one of the doctors was talking about her mom would like squeeze her hand when she wanted her to like keep quiet
I believe
and
it.
not say anything. I don't understand how she only got set. She got sentenced to 10 years, but only served 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the other dude that did it got life.
Yeah.
Like,
When
I understand, he's the one that committed the murder, so like he definitely should get more jail time. But
I don't feel like he should have gotten more than her. She's the freaking mastermind.
but he committed the act.
But
I get that he was probably manipulated and all that stuff, but he still committed the act.
My thing is, all right, the kid had a lower IQ. He had some type of mental disability. I don't know if I don't think it was autism, but he definitely had some type of thing going.
See,
Hold on. And their first date was at a movie theater with the mom and the little girl's in the wheelchair, and she sneaks away from her mom with her little boyfriend and loses her virginity in the theater bathroom. So clearly she knew. I don't know. That just also irritates me because I'm like, this poor boy had no idea what he was coming to. Like, he really didn't.
see, I didn't read any of that stuff.
I'm a little obsessed because I hate her so much.
I can tell. That's why I'm gonna let you lead on this one because I don't really know a whole lot. I did see it says after this was done that she posted on a Facebook account that she shared with her mom.
The bitch is dead.
That bitch is dead. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So how is she only getting 7? Like, how does she only serve 7? One, you get your mom killed, and then now you're celebrating on Facebook, and you don't expect to get caught.
And her thing,
He's just playing.
she said that the reason that she said that is she wanted her mom's body found.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you want to say that you were kidnapped. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So she then wanted to try to just throw her little boyfriend under the bus and was like, he kidnapped me and raped me.
You said that just like Janelle's mom on Teen Mom.
Oh, did I?
Boyfriend.
Ugh, Kiefer.
Everybody's favorite stoner.
Seriously.
But yeah, no, I didn't read the. It didn't say anything about being kidnapped.
Yeah, it was on TikTok, and TikTok never lies.
Never.
Never.
No.
I'm also on a Facebook group. There's like a million of them.
How many? How? I didn't realize you went that far down the rabbit hole.
Oh, baby, I'm in it. I live there. This is my home. I've set it up.
I live there.
I got a little cot to sleep on. I just she.
What?
She's smarter than anyone gives her than anyone gives her credit for. And she knows it. And she knows how to play dumb.
Well, she learned from her mom.
Yeah.
Like, you can't...
She took notes her whole life on how to manipulate people.
You can't sit there and watch somebody manipulate not even people, but the government. and then not pick up on stuff like that.
Right. And the fact that she's like, I had unwarranted surgeries. No surgeon's going to put their license at risk because mommy says so. So obviously something was wrong for you to have the surgeries. So she needs to stop saying that. And if there wasn't anything actually wrong with her and she had these surgeries, why isn't she going out and suing? Because she obviously has the platform to do so. She has the money to do so.
Yeah.
Like, yesterday I did see a thing, though, that she was paying back some of the money she got in assistance when she was a child. But I don't know how true that is either. She was called out on one of the Facebook groups, and there's a screenshot. But there's no names. It was all blocked out. You couldn't see anything. It just showed Once Upon a Child or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it had like a $4,500 refund. But I'm like, we don't know that's actually from her. She blocked out the name.
Well, like if it is, and she actually is paying that stuff back, she really should.
Yeah.
Like,
and she should get in trouble for that too.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people getting in trouble for that shit
like,
right now.
There's so many babies out there that are dying that could have used that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, whatever. She's just garbage.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't really know a whole lot. I just know, like, crib notes from what I've seen on Facebook from, like, TMZ and shit like that over the years.
Like, when it initially happened, I had her back. Because she and I are close to the same age. Like you pointed out, she's 6 months younger than me to the day.
Yeah.
And I had her back. I'm like, oh my gosh, this poor thing. Like, that's so sad. But now that I've gotten older and I've seen the like everything about it, like, I couldn't imagine me being 33 right now and being like, yeah, I killed my mom a couple years ago. No big deal.
As someone that has lost both parents, I couldn't imagine being responsible for the death of one of them.
Right?
Like, I couldn't imagine that. Like,
well, no wonder her daddy ran away. Actually, I don't know what happened to the daddy.
I don't know. I read something on there about how they had talked to the dad, and he said something about how the mom was a great caregiver to her, and I guess he was...
And I'm sure she was.
He was believing all the hype about her not having this and having that and all that jazz. Her having like the 27 illnesses that her mom says she had and all that crap.
Okay, so you and I literally just discussed this in the living room. We were talking about how, with the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And how she could walk this whole time. She was never diagnosed saying that she couldn't walk. She has this disorder, and you could tell from facial features, plus there's genetic proof of it, that she has this disorder. Don't ask me the name, I don't know it. And it causes muscle weakness in children, and doctors always recommend having the child in a wheelchair until their muscles can get stronger and develop. And that's what the mom did, but the mom also pushed it a little farther and had her do it beyond the years that she needed.
Yeah.
And that's one of her things. But you did need the wheelchair. There's proof that you needed the wheelchair. And now you want to be mad because your mom put you in a wheelchair? Sorry that it was a couple years longer. You kept getting you guys money, so you're welcome.
Yeah, it was... She was in it for a long time.
Yeah.
I know that.
I think it was like 6 or 7 she got in it. But this whole time she knew she could walk, so she should have just stood up in the cameras.
That's what everybody was saying on what I was reading. They're like, why didn't you just stand up? And she was like... kept replying that she was scared or some shit.
What's your mom gonna do? Beat your ass in front of the cameras? I doubt it.
She was scared of what her mom was gonna do to her behind closed doors.
Well, considering her mom never beat her, I'm gonna say it wouldn't be beating you.
Hi, Kermit. I don't know about that whole situation. I don't know.
So, in my opinion, she should be the one getting life, and he's the one that should have gotten 15, 25 years.
I feel like they both should just be in prison still. Like, honestly.
He was so manipulated.
But he still did it. Like, I get it.
Manipulated over pussy, though.
But I understand that, but he still killed her. He still did the act. Like, that doesn't matter. He knew whether he was mentally there or not, or was manipulated or whatever, he knew what he was doing.
But in his defense, he believed everything Gypsy said. He believed Mom beat her. He believed Mom did all these horrible things. So as a man that loves a woman like me,
Yeah.
If we were young and I was still living at my mama's,
Uh-huh.
and you found out that she was beating me, she was so mean to me, she was horrible, physically, verbally, mentally, all that mean, you wouldn't try to protect me? I'm not saying kill my mama, but I'm saying you wouldn't try to protect me?
I'd try to protect you, but I'm not going to do anything that will throw me into prison for the rest of my life.
Because you have a good mental state and you know the consequences.
But he knew what was right and what was wrong.
He didn't understand the consequences.
He knew you shouldn't be killing people, and he did that.
But he didn't understand the consequences.
He still did it, though. Obviously, he knew enough because they sentenced him to prison and not put him in a hospital.
Or did he not have good representation?
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Get off it.
No.
Get off it.
No.
Not everyone has bad representation.
You never know.
But come on, a high-profile case like that, he's not gonna.
It wasn't high profile on him. It was only high profile on her. Everybody bent over backwards, sucking her ass to try to keep her safe.
It's high profile,
and they just threw him under the bus.
I don't know.
By the time they got to court, she already broke up with him.
Well, of course she did, because she got what she wanted.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
She manipulated the crap out of him.
I feel like she could go down in history as like one of the most prolific serial killers in history if she wanted to be.
Serial? That takes more than one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If she wanted to be.
Oh.
Because I feel like
she's so manipulative.
Yeah.
She's garbage.
Yeah.
Kermit, no. Baby, let's get on your table.
Dang cat. Alright, so that took about 17 minutes.
I'm sorry, I'm ranting.
No, you're fine. You want to talk about another one?
Ooh, who do you want to talk about?
See, okay.
Don't say the Ramsey.
No.
Okay, good, because I don't know hers.
I know. No. This one always sparks big debate between you and me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Casey Anthony.
Oh, that?
What did you think I was going to
I think I'm going to go with the wrestler.
No, you don't know enough about that.
I know enough for my opinion.
All right, let's talk about Chris Benoit.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. So we're going to talk about the Chris Benoit murders.
Let's do it.
So for those of you that don't know, back in June of 2007, it's actually around Dad's birthday.
Interesting.
Yeah. In Atlanta, Georgia, over a 3-day weekend, Chris Benoit proceeded to supposedly kill his wife, his son, and then himself.
Wait, when was Daddy's birthday?
June 24th.
Dad's birthday.
Okay, yeah.
Creepy.
Now, there's been a lot of speculation as far as the wrestling community goes, as far as Chris Benoit's death and his family's murder. No matter what you look at it, it's a gruesome thing because a woman and child both lost their life for no reason. But there's rumor that he was set up. There's also people pointing the finger at her ex-husband, Kevin Sullivan, who I think is the one that is guilty of it, because he had been stated before of telling Chris Benoit that he would kill him one day, and I think he's the one that did it. Everyone also just looks at the facts and looks at a man that took steroids and just kind of plays it off as a roid rage incident, and the guy went crazy and killed his family and then out of guilt killed himself. There's a lot of things that go on with that I don't necessarily agree with. I kind of look at the facts surrounding it and kind of base my own opinion on it. I don't believe that Chris Benoit killed his family, and I definitely don't believe Chris Benoit killed himself. leading up to this, there was reports of Chris Benoit talking about his family being followed. He would take alternate routes home to his house, stating that there were black cars following him, following his wife Nancy when she went out. If you go look at the house when everything is done, there's alcohol in the trash cans. There's alcohol within the house that had been consumed. Neither Chris nor Nancy had alcohol in their system. Chris Benoit had enough steroids in his system to basically kill himself, that a lot of people say was injected afterwards. He tied a towel around his neck to hang himself on his weight bench, which a lot of people kind of talk about how that's kind of a weird thing to do. He texted Chavo Guerrero about his home address and his back door being unlocked and the dogs being in the garage, which made no sense. He was telling people that he loved them, and he was on the phone with Chavo when Chavo heard somebody knocking on the door. Chris answered it and then hung up. So that tells us that somebody was at the home on that weekend. And then not only that, we have the Nancy Benoit death on Wikipedia.
You're taking all my facts.
Hold on, I'm putting it out here for people that don't know, because a lot of people don't follow it. That she was murdered 12 hours before all this happened, and then it was mysteriously taken down, and the police traced it back to Stamford, Connecticut, which is the home of WWE headquarters. So we're going to talk about this, and we're going to come up with our own opinions, because I have my own, my wife has her own, and we'll see where we go from there. All right. Bae, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, you took away all my facts I was going to point out. So the fact that WWE changed it, that she was dead before she was even dead.
Well, we don't know that they changed it. It was just that's where it came from.
So somebody there.
Well, someone in Stamford, Connecticut. It didn't necessarily say somebody in WWE.
You know for a fact that we had the technology, even back then, to find out exactly where it's located. So why are they hiding that? Also, the man was staying at his house prior to him texting about his location. So why would you send an address to somebody that's like you sending an address to Dwayne? You gonna tell me the man doesn't know how to get to our house?
Right.
Like, that's just silly. Like, and then the fact that the dogs were in the garage, and they weren't even in the garage, were they?
No, they were outside.
Exactly. And the knock at the door and then the hang up, and everyone's like, "Oh no, he killed his whole family, killed his son, his little baby." Like, no, I don't like it. I don't trust it. It's definitely a setup on something, and I 100% feel like it was either the ex-husband or somebody in the WWE family.
I think it was Kevin Sullivan, honestly. And also the brain, the CTE, and the fact that he wasn't in the right frame of mind. Also, like,
but that kind of counteracts it and makes it seem like maybe he could be guilty.
They were sitting there talking about how it being roid rage, and Chris Nowinski fucking examined his brain and was like, "No, there's no way." Like,
so was it enough damage?
No, there's way too much. There's just way too much. Like, he wouldn't have done that, because like the way his life was, he was just basically going in routine. Like, everything was routine.
Okay.
So like that would have broken it, and
yeah.
they're like, no, it wouldn't have worked that way. I believe it was Kevin Sullivan.
And also, didn't they prove that hanging was not the cause of death?
Yeah, so I was talking about with the steroids.
Exactly. And then there's no alcohol in the system, but there's empty alcohol around the house.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. And there wasn't even alcohol in the mother's system, the wife's.
Mm-mm.
So, where'd the alcohol go? Like, was there a fight maybe that he was about to drink and she poured it down the sink and then he spazzed and decided to kill her? I doubt it.
No.
Like, that just seems ignorant.
This case has always rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I don't
I don't feel like the right investigation was ran.
I don't think so either.
And they closed it too fast. Because it was, I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure I think Kevin Sullivan was working for WWE at the time. And I feel like it was a Vince McMahon payoff.
I could see it. He's a dirty scumbag anyways.
Just like he got Jimmy Snuka out of a murder charge.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Snuka killed a woman back in the day. And he didn't start serving, like, they didn't bring it up until he was almost dead. And, like, it was to the point where, like, they finally brought it up and they were going to charge him with it. And then he was so senile that he couldn't stand trial.
Yeah.
And he got out of it.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good for him.
Now, there's reports, and it was on Dark Side of the Ring, that Vince McMahon walked into the police station with a briefcase and a lawyer and walked out, and then nothing ever came of it ever since.
Garbage human being.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
It wouldn't shock me. And it's disgusting that a child had to die from it and an innocent woman.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
And obviously he shouldn't have died either.
No.
There's like, why? Because he fell in love with a woman with a horrible ex.
Well, the funny thing was, like, they fell in love because of the ex. The ex put them in the storyline together, and then that's what sparked their love interest.
Dumbass.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always thought it was him from day one. I don't believe that he killed his family. I really don't. A lot, that's the thing within, like, the wrestling business. Like, a lot of people don't, but you can't say it. It's taboo. It's taboo to say that you don't think he did it, because that almost automatically puts a black mark on you.
Well, now that Vince is out, why don't people start speaking up? Because Triple H isn't going to do shit. Like, he doesn't even like him.
What do you mean?
He really doesn't. He does not like his father-in-law. He knows he's garbage, and that's why he's like, no, you really should back up. Let me take the rings.
Yeah, I don't know. And honestly, like, I feel like that's what the issue is between Vince and Shane. It's because Shane knows about the shitty shit that he's done.
100%. If you're a good person, you can't look at your dad and be like, you're an okay man.
Right.
And that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no. I love how we started talking about Chris Benoit. Now we're talking about how big of a scumbag Vince is.
Because he's the center of it all.
I think so, honestly. I don't believe...
I don't think he snapped and decided to kill his entire family and then hang himself, but not die from hanging, die from steroids.
The wife I can understand. Like, you know, that happens all the time.
And sadly.
But the kid...
The baby? In his bed?
I don't see that.
Like your baby is sleeping in his bed.
He smothered him to death.
Did you know that he has 2 other kids?
Yeah.
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 So, worst case scenario, you kill the wife, you kill yourself. The baby can be raised by the 2 other kids.
They had David on Dark Side of the Ring.
See? And what's he saying?
David doesn't believe it either.
See? Kids know their parents. They know what they're capable of. I would know for a fact if my mom killed somebody or not. And I know for a fact she couldn't.
Right.
My dad, I don't know. He's a little sketch. No, but I don't think he could kill someone. He could beat the crap out of him. Well, he could have back in the day.
I just don't see... I don't see Chris doing that.
No.
Of all the things for him to do, I don't see it.
No.
I don't know.
Not at all.
There's just too much. If you look into the case and dig deep into it, there's just too much circumstantial stuff that you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. And the fact that he was supposedly like, so the thing is, he supposedly killed his wife on Friday, killed his son on Saturday, and then himself on Sunday.
Yeah, a 3-day murder.
Yeah, like he's gonna just stay in the house with
His wife's dead body.
Yeah,
And be like, what? What did the son do all day?
and I'm pretty.
Like walk around his dead mom? I doubt it.
There's so many rumors that, and I'm pretty. The kid had like stuff in his system to like knock him out.
I remember.
So he was knocked out and then suffocated.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Chris did
But
that.
then again, that shows guilt. Because you didn't want him to be awake while you were killing him.
But that doesn't make sense.
Why would a stranger do that?
That doesn't make sense though. Like, why would you kill your kid? Like, I don't, because he was close with Chris's or Nancy's sister.
Okay.
Nancy's sister used to live with them.
Okay.
Like, he was stupid close. Like how you were with Jesse and Annie. Like that. Like they were closer than that.
Okay.
So the whole thing was like everyone was like, Chris didn't want him to grow up without his parents, but he had his aunt. Like it's not like he didn't have anyone.
He had a great substitute.
Yeah, he had his aunt. He had his older brother. It's not like he had his grandparents.
His sister.
Yeah, it's not like he didn't have anyone. So the fact that that was someone's excuse to me makes zero sense.
That's facts.
He's not gonna like kill his kid just because he's not around.
But working at the prison, all these mamas that killed their babies because they had a thought in their head that just kept knocking at the door. And I don't know.
But they're talking about with Nancy how she had these bruises and like how it was brutal, but like Chris didn't have that on his body. Like he didn't have evidence that it looked like he beat the shit out of her.
But he's also a pro wrestler, so you know for a fact his fists are a little tougher. Why am I protecting this?
I don't know. That's why I'm starting to wonder.
I 100% don't believe he did it, but at the same time I want to play devil's advocate.
I
and play along in what people want to try to say.
I don't know. I don't believe that he did it. I'm just gonna end it there for me.
You've always known I never thought he's done it.
Yeah.
From the jump.
There's just too much that goes on with it for me. Too much little.
It's the we're texting. It's the knocking at the door. It's the hang up as soon as the door knocks and he answers it. It's the location of the dogs. That was wrong. It's the steroids in the system, but he's hung but didn't die for being hanged. Like none of that makes sense.
And like for me, it's the tying the towel around your neck.
In the Wikipedia.
Yeah, like why are you tying a towel around your neck if you're gonna kill yourself? Who gives a shit?
What do you mean tie?
He put a towel around his neck.
Yeah.
Then tied the thing to hang himself.
To protect the bruising.
Something, I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. Why are you gonna do that?
Interesting. Every time you say he tied a towel around his neck, I figured he was hanging himself with the towel.
No. He put the towel around his neck and then tied the cable around the towel and then supposedly hung himself.
Nobody does that.
Exactly. Who's gonna do that? If you're gonna kill yourself, what's the matter?
Like, gotta look good for my death photos. Like, nobody does that.
Yeah. I don't know.
No matter how high you are on whatever you are on, even though your toxicrate's clean.
Right. You're supposedly like, because if you look at the photos and you see the trash can and the photo from the gym where he hung himself, there's all kinds. Excuse me. There's all kinds of liquor bottles. He didn't have any alcohol in his system, and he wasn't a drinker.
And wasn't there also an additional cup or like glass out for drinking?
Yeah.
I thought that's what you told me that before.
Yeah, there's just like
the math doesn't math.
No, I'm telling you guys, if you want to look at an interesting case, look this up. There's just too much to go on for everyone to be like, oh, he killed himself and his family. No, you just don't want to admit it. It's one of those things where it's just easier to say what supposedly happened than to actually look into it, because I feel like there's a lot of powerful people involved with this.
A lot of sketchy rich people.
Yeah, I feel like Vince has got his claws in on this.
Hi, boy.
And I feel like it's another Jimmy Snuka-esque cover-up.
Bullet says he did it.
Bullet wasn't alive.
He's done the research.
He wasn't alive then.
Hi, baby.
He's too cute to kill. That's why he gets punked out by the cat every day.
No, Bullet didn't kill. He knows that Chris killed him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's on the bad side.
Bullet, no, not in this house. No, we side with Chris Benoit on this.
We do. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think he did it.
I didn't hear about it until you and I got together, and I still side with him. Just from all the... You didn't even tell me what side you were on. You were just telling me the situation of what happened.
Yeah.
And immediately I was like, nope, false. Fake news.
Well, because I feel like this is one of those cases where you can't just tell someone how you look without just, telling them the evidence.
Yeah.
Because you don't want someone's judgment to be clouded, because I don't think so, because obviously I've watched him my whole life, and I've seen him with his kids and all that stuff, and I just don't see him being, a murderer like that. But you never know with people. But I don't know. But yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about while we're in here?
Do you want to talk about the Casey Anthony? But you have to be on the a-hole side, where I want to punch you in the face.
You want to go there?
Yeah.
You want to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
You start us off.
Everyone knows Casey Anthony. We don't even have to go into it. We all know that she killed her daughter. We all know that dad hid all the facts and helped protect her because he's garbage as well. I think it's BS that she was like, oh my gosh, he molested me, but you can babysit my daughter now. Like, none of that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know how you want to start this off, but that's my quick rant on that.
Okay. Prove it.
Prove it?
Prove it.
One, she was partying while her daughter was dead.
Okay.
Two, the baby was what? A couple 100 feet away from her house. Three, her dad was a police officer, and that's the first one she calls. I get you call your dad first. All right. But then the first person he calls is who? His lawyer?
Oh.
I'm 90% sure that's why it was.
I think so,
yeah. Why would you call a lawyer before you call your police friends to come help? Why would you wait so long to say that your daughter's missing? Like, your daughter's... You say you haven't seen your daughter in a month, but you're out getting drunk. Like, you are... I try not to cuss. I really do. I try not to cuss in the podcast in case my mama listens. I doubt she does.
She ain't gonna listen to my podcast.
Okay, good. She's fucked up.
Yeah.
And she deserves any fucking bad thing that happened to Jesus to happen to her.
Oh.
Yeah. Because she's that much garbage. Like, he had the pain of us. She deserves to have the pain for that baby. That adorable child did not deserve it. I don't care if the kid was ugly. She still didn't deserve it. But she was adorable, which makes it even a little worse. Like, that face. No. And the last thing she sees is who's killing her. I don't know if she killed her, but she definitely didn't protect her. And she definitely needs to be guilty. Did he fall?
No, Kermit attacked him.
Oh. Sorry, squirreled by the dog. But no, I think she's garbage. The dad's garbage. The mom is just dick whipped, so she's gonna do whatever the husband says.
Actually, I think it's the other way around.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, because...
If you watch the special with the lie detectors, yeah, it's the other way around. She wears the pants in the family. But
I feel like in that scenario, he played the number... Casey played the number one role. And then he played backup. And then the mom's like, well, I'm in it now.
Sad thing is, we'll never know who killed this little girl.
I say it was Casey. Like, I don't care. It was Casey. I don't care if it was hands on her, but it was her. Because she didn't protect her baby.
Supposedly she, according to the parents, she supposedly drowned in the pool. I don't believe that.
What do you think happened? Because I want to punch you in the face half the time when we have this conversation.
Just because I say prove it.
Prove it.
You can't prove it, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, everyone... I became so unpopular because of this case back when it was happening. Because...
First, give your personal opinion. Innocent or guilty?
Oh, guilty.
Okay.
I believe she's guilty 100%.
I just want to make sure people don't hate you for this conversation.
Yeah,
and now continue with your asshole statement.
No one can prove she did it. Like, that's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, she did it. Kill the bitch. Yeah, okay, I get it. But prove that she did it. You can't.
Well, no, because if they could have proved it, she would be in prison right now.
Exactly.
Because her dad's a police officer and he protected and hid all the evidence. And they waited so long to say that she was missing. And they waited so long when she was located. Like, no, she...
Exactly. She laid in the Florida weather for 30 days so the evidence could go away.
Exactly.
And then they reported her missing.
Exactly.
I feel in my bones, and I felt this way from the start, I believe that it was an accident. I believe that it was
like a negligent
yeah,
accident?
I don't feel like it was 100% legit, a killing. I feel like Casey is responsible for her death and in a negligent way because I feel like she was high. And the dad knew that they would charge her for manslaughter and send her to prison. So they figured that they could...
What do you feel like she was high on?
I don't know.
You don't feel like it was weed? You feel like it was something stronger?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I've never wanted to kill anyone when I was elevated.
I feel like it was a smothering by accident. Like, I feel
Like
like
she passed out?
Like she passed out and fell on Casey. Or on Kaylee. And killed her. I feel like because Kaylee was so small and Casey's so big compared to Kaylee that she felt like she passed out on top of her and smothered her and still was resulting responsible for her death.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they tried to cover it up because the dad knew that she would go down for murder, which is why Casey called her dad and her dad called the lawyer. Just ask the lawyer, what are we looking at? Okay.
But in that month of that baby rotting in the woods, how is any decent, semi-decent human being with a half-ass of a soul go out and party and drink and have the time of her life and smile and laugh knowing that your baby's never going to do that again?
The same type of person is fucked up with the baby. Like... I don't know.
I don't feel like it was an accident. I don't.
You feel like she killed her on purpose?
Yeah. I feel like she wanted her single life back. I feel like she felt the little girl was holding her away from having the life that she thought was the best life ever when millions of people would kill to have the mother life.
One thing that like a lot of people are failing to realize, like to look at, is how much she lied to the police.
Every chance she opened her mouth, this cunt lied.
She fucking straight up took the cops to fucking Disney World or Land or wherever the fuck it is. And was like, I work here, da 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 da. And then they're like walking with her through the building. And then she's like, oh, no, I don't work here. Like, really? You're going to take the fucking cops on a wild goose chase and be like, oh, you called my bluff.
You followed me in. I didn't think you would.
Right? Like... I don't know. I don't know how she killed her. If she did, like I don't know.
She 100% killed her.
See, but
she's 100% at fault for her death.
I don't know if she killed her.
As a mother, not protecting her child, no matter.
Well, okay.
I'm just saying. I don't care. I don't care if she left her at a babysitter's. See, or friends.
I'm trying to talk about like actually like who killed her, and you keep going as a mother
because
it doesn't matter. Take that out of it. Who actually did the act? Not as a mother. Well, as a grandmother. Well, as an aunt, you have a duty. No, no one gives a shit. Who killed the girl? That's what I want to know.
I still say mom.
How?
Negligence.
Okay, but how? That doesn't answer my question.
What was the cause of death on the baby?
I don't know.
Let me look that up.
Look it up. We're going to the Google. Hey, did you know my dad was on the Google?
Yes, he was.
He's probably looking up ways to fuck me out of a life insurance policy.
Oh, no, he already did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But I don't know. I've always had mixed feelings.
Oh, no.
Well, oh.
She was last reported seen on June 16th of 2008.
Uh-huh.
All right? Her remains were found December 11th.
Oh, okay.
5 months.
In Florida. Out in Florida weather.
Cause of death dispute was unsolved child homicide by undetermined means.
So they don't know the cause of death.
No. Murder by administering chloroform and duct tape the nose and mouth. So the poor child was chloroformed.
She was knocked out and then suffocated.
Yeah. So no, mom didn't do it on accident, knocking herself out.
Okay.
The defense is trying to say that it was an accidental drowning.
Yeah, that's what.
Where does chloroform come in?
See, I don't know because I know, but and there's the issue that they brought up in court. They was talking about how on the family computer, you could see that it was searched for chloroform, but they don't know who did it because 3 people were in that house.
Then charge all 3.
That had access to the computer. They can't, say who did what, and they couldn't get DNA or fingerprints or anything off the duct tape. Like, that was the whole issue.
It says the duct tape was found near the front of the mouth of the skull.
Uh-huh.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. Because it kept this part of her face intact.
Yeah.
But then everything else rotted.
She got time served.
Uh-huh.
Well, how is she still alive? How is nobody taking this bitch out?
Because she's heavily protected.
And that's not going to happen forever.
Let's hope not.
I'm not saying anyone should go out and kill her.
I don't care what you do.
No, because they can come back at you.
Prove it.
This recording.
I'm not telling anyone not to do or not to do anything.
I'm just saying, it definitely wasn't a stranger danger situation. It was definitely in the family. It was definitely a biological family member that killed her. And I 99.9% in my 100% in my soul feel like it was the mom. She chloroformed her so she wouldn't have to look in those big, beautiful brown eyes.
Oh, she was such a cute kid.
And then duct taped her. And then discarded her like she was garbage. Because Casey's garbage.
My thing is, how is she going to be out in the open like that for that long and no one know?
People didn't search. In that area was searched before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She was somewhere else, and then they just dumped her.
And they never even announced that the body was moved. That was nowhere in anything I just read.
That had to be what happened. She had to have been dumped there. Because you're not going to think that she's going to sit there that long and no one notice.
Right.
The smell, everything. There's no way.
If you're doing great searches like they said they did, trying to find this baby.
Yeah. I don't know.
My final thought is, Mama did it. Daddy protected her. And for some reason, after he protected her, now the daughter's saying, he diddled me. That just baffles me.
That was a whole thing. Oh my god. And if you watch the lie detector tests on Hulu with them,
I need to.
It's freaking nuts. The stuff she accused her dad of doing, it's crazy. She's adamant that it happened, and he's passing the lie detector on all that shit.
It's because she needs to put the light on somebody else.
Yeah.
That's why. And my thing is if your daddy diddled you, why would you, as an adult, why would you continue contact? I don't care if mom is still with him. You can drop people like a bad habit. I have, will again, always will. If they're bad for my life, they're dropped.
I better watch out then.
If he diddled you, and now all of a sudden you have a 2-year-old baby girl, why are you letting him near her? Why aren't you protecting her from that? And then also, your mom knows for a fact that didn't happen. I know sometimes it can happen behind closed doors and the other parent doesn't know. But women always know their husbands. Women know deep down what's happening.
Not always. BTK's wife didn't know.
I don't know how she didn't know.
I'm just saying.
We need to check her IQ because I don't know how you don't know.
But I don't know. My final thought on this whole ordeal.
Prove it.
Make sure you have a good lawyer.
If I ever kill anyone, I'm calling him, that lawyer.
Yeah. Because, let's face it, she'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for that lawyer. Yeah.
I probably can't afford him. But I will make sure I'm public enough that he wants me.
Probably not now. I feel like she did it. How or why, we'll never know.
I already said why.
Well, I don't think you're wrong.
And also now all of a sudden she has all this money because she's telling stories about it. Like, why would you... Okay, if you were innocent and you're now grieving your dead baby, why are you all of a sudden wanting to do TV shows, books, all this stuff about the drama behind it? Why wouldn't you want to just be like, no, I want to share the light of this, and I know for a fact that we, like, government officials need to be better at trying to locate missing babies. We need to do better at trying to find killers, all this stuff. She doesn't care who killed her kid. Not once has she been like, no, this is who probably killed her. Like, yeah. Never once. She was just like, it wasn't me, but I'm going to go drink.
And now she's all, like, coming out with, like you just said, like, this show and this movie and these books and this and that and the other, and it's all about, I wish people would just leave me alone.
Well, then shut your mouth and try to live a normal life. Nobody likes you.
Then go the fuck away.
Find a hill, climb up it, and roll your fucking ugly ass down.
Like, just go away.
Like,
we're not asking you for all this shit. You're putting this out. Like,
exactly. And that's the same with Gypsy Rose. They both knew how to get money. You kill someone, you get away with it, and then you make stories about it.
Wait, didn't OJ do that?
There's another one. I'm sure there's more.
With OJ's, if I did it, this is how I did it. Well, with the greatest line ever. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
You're so lame.
What?
You.
That's the line, old Johnny Cochran. But this was fun.
It was fun. Thank you for listening to me, bitch.
We'll have to do more.
Yes.
We need,
if they like it. If people don't like it, we won't do it.
People don't like anything I do. Like, I get like 5 viewers, that's it.
And we appreciate the 5.
Exactly.
We might have 6. I'll post it on Facebook that I was on it.
Sweet.
I can do a shout out on friends and make sure I tell them I shouted them out and had them listen to it.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So my Union Hospital peeps, you know who you are. Shannon, Mary, Amaya, Abby, Nicole. I see you guys. Michaela. And her little baby Levi.
Did you shout out my bestie?
Shannon,
my bestie.
She was number 1.
Okay.
So my coworker is pregnant. All right, Michaela.
Yeah.
Cutest freaking baby bump. And the moment she told me she was pregnant, I said, if it's a girl, it's Lexi. If not, it's Levi. Because when you write Levi sloppy, it looks like Lexi. It's Atticus. But I won't call the baby that.
Okay.
All right.
Right on.
So now that I shouted them out, they have to listen to this.
Yeah. And just as always, podcast is brought to you by Disciples Records.
Whoop, whoop. Check them out.
Yeah, go on over to Terre Haute, find Disciples Records, and shout out to my boy Brett. Go look him up. Go find out what he's got and get you some awesome music.
Good luck at finding Elvis because I took almost all of them.
I think he's got more in.
Does he?
I think so.
I need to go shopping.
No, you don't. No more Elvis. No more Elvis. My God, woman.
But no, check out his shop. It's super cool, and it continues growing.
Oh, yeah. Best shop you can go find. Like, he's literally got anything and everything you could want. And if there's something you want he ain't got, I'm sure my boy can find it for you.
And he's fun to talk to.
Oh, yeah. His knowledge is top notch. Brett's the coolest. So definitely go over to Terre Haute, check out his shop, tell him I sent you. He'll show you some great deals and some awesome music. So
any other shout out for you?
Shout out to Blaine.
Whoop whoop.
He's doing the best he can do right now, and I can't wait to get him on the podcast and have some fun this coming summer and fall. It's gonna be awesome. Hopefully, go check out a football game this year. He's wanting to go to the Colts Bears or Bears Patriots, but I'm trying to get him to go to Bears Vikings.
Either the Colts or Vikings. So why would you want to go to the Patriots?
That's his other favorite team.
Ugh.
Hey, my boy's a Tom Brady guy.
Do better, Blaine. Do better.
Yeah, wear the purple. But so yeah, that's what we got. You got anything else you wanna? Any other shout outs or anything you want to say before we get off here?
Lab people matter. The people in the lab count, and we deserve love.
Lab lives matter.
It's not all about them damn nurses.
Web chat lives matter too, people.
Nurses get all the freaking credit, and it's disgusting because we save half the lives because the nurses are stupid.
Just because you can chat me doesn't mean I know when your damn car's ready. I'm not in that shop. Leave me alone.
All right, let the people go.
Yeah, all right. So, this has been your boy DJ P1. This has been Mrs. Phenomenal.
Whoop whoop.
And we have been talking about crime and killers and
sketchy people
and conspiracy theories. And we did our shout outs, and I've said and a lot. But I hope you all have a great Sunday. Enjoy the weekend. We got Memorial Day coming up next weekend. I got a 3-day weekend, so I'm definitely going to bring some content to you then. Try to bring you some more stuff coming this week. I'm going to get a hold of Brett, and we're going to try and do our music related episodes coming up. We just got to work out when he's free, so it'll probably be on Sundays or Monday nights when I get off work. But we've had a good chat. I've taken up enough of your time. This has been one of the longest episodes I've done. So everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy your day. This has been DJ P1 and Mrs. Phenomenal and our final stance. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.